Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to the global family. Even that is a global family in Taiwan, the time zone now. Welcome our members from Japan, Malaysia, USA, New York, Jamaica. Yeah, that's wonderful. Let's have a beautiful evening, a sweet and a short 1 hour meeting. Oh, by the way, if you're not really speaking, please stay muted. But we really encourage everyone to switch on your camera so we can have more engagement. Okay, let's welcome our club president, Joseph Halpern.
Thank you so much, Patsy, for a warm welcome, and welcome to all of our global family members and our guests today. We have Chloe and Helen and Mason. We had a big weekend this for many of our Japan-based members, as we were just discussing, and fantastic. I also got to go out, and it was wonderful to go as the first global family president to go to another district to visit a global family member. And really wonderful. And I want to say a very special thank you to our charter president, Alex Huang. Alex opened the door for Global Family and getting us started and building this amazing community. And I wouldn't be here talking in Hokkaido if it weren't for him. And so, to our guests today, Mason and Helen and Chloe, if you're looking for a group that will put you in an interesting part of the Toastmasters International universe, I highly recommend you join us, not just as a guest, but also a member. Tonight, you're going to be seeing the best of what Global Family has to offer. You'll notice that our GE is Simone, not Nash, but Simone Graham from Jamaica, and she is a powerhouse of a speaker, absolutely phenomenal. You'll notice that tonight we have Joseph. I am Table Topics Master, so you will not be bored. You will have a good time. And most importantly, we have two wonderful speakers. We have Helen joining us from Malaysia and a guest speaker, my wife and the club president from TGIF, Carolyn Calpin. Now, you might be wondering, what about our host, though? Is he special? The answer, of course, is yes. Harry is the peak of leadership in Toastmasters. The things that he has done and the people that he has mentored and helped to grow over the years, just phenomenal. A huge number of people. He's inspired me with leadership, negotiation skills, and I know that for every district director that's come after him, he has spent time and effort to help grow and nurture leaders inside of our district and around the world. And so tonight, our host, and this morning, is none other than the one and only Harry Fong. Harry, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, my dear fellow members and guests, so the theme of this meeting is resilience, which is the ability to adapt, to recover, and to grow stronger when the going gets tough. Because resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about how we respond to all the challenges when they show up. And tonight we have two speakers. And when we hear the stories from them, let's reflect in what ways have our challenges shaped us to who we are today? And also, how can we grow stronger because of them? Before we start the meeting, we have two helpers. May I invite Martin, the timer, to say a few words, please.
Okay, I will show the color according to the speech. For example, for icebreaker, it will be green at four, yellow at 5, and red at 6. The other speech that is 5 to 7, 5 green, 6 yellow, red 7. And in table topics, 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and red 2. You have 30 seconds grace, and if you are more than that, you are going to have the times up slide. Back to you.
Very clear. Thank you, Martin. And we also have the R counter, Patsy. Would you please say a few words?
Oh, yes. Thank you, TME. My duty today is to help you to clarify those filler words, and I will make that report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. And tonight we have two speakers as usual. The first speaker is Helen Teo from Malaysia, who works as a consultant in the HR industry. She believes that life is a journey, mostly because she can never find when she parks her car. And today, she's here to share why wandering might actually be the best way to live. Please welcome Helen Teo with the speech title Lost Perpetuity, Found Occasionally. Stage is yours, Helen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harry. So good evening, everyone. I have actually a routine every time I visit a shopping mall. I will tell myself, I'm a responsible adult. I'm an intelligent human being. I'm parking at sector level 3B, pillar number 42 for my car. However, after I finish my shopping, I walk out from those sliding door. And then guess what? Proof. Information has been totally wiped from my brain like a formatted hard drive. I stand there. There's a key in my hand. I was staring around. I can saw all the multiple storage car park. There's almost maybe more than 500 of white car. On that time, I wonder, why don't I actually get myself a yellow car instead? But now, most importantly, I must find my car so that I can get home. On that time, I'm totally lost from my mind. Maybe you all think that, yes, Helen is a HR consultant, Helen is a district officer, Helen did very well in all those paperwork. But to these car park things, I always lost perpetually. But sometimes I will find myself. So, why actually I'm saying on this story is the car is you always can find it with the help of a security guard, or you can go floor. Sometimes you will try to make yourself not to get into this trouble again. Maybe you will snap photo of your car. But I tried to snap my photo. But however, there is one time I go to 2 shopping mall in one day. So at morning, I go to shopping mall A. I snap the photo. And then after I finish that, then at night, I go to movie with my family to another shopping mall. I also snap the photo of the car park. However, after finish the movie with my family, I use the photo as a reference to find back my car, to look for my car. However, guess what? Can some Martin laugh very loud. Why? Guess what? I actually look around. I think it's about 30 minutes. And then I asked for the security guard help. I show the photo. This is where my car parked. But I can't find this pillar at all. Totally no. And the security guard also looked together with me. So at the end, so this is the real answer. I use my morning shopping mall A photo to look for shopping mall B where my car park is. Oh, and then of course I get scolded by my family. So in our life, I think I have spent a very significant portion of my life actually walking up and down. So sometimes I also, even though I'm walking on this way, I snap the photo. I know what I'm going to doing, but sometimes we might lost perpetually as well. So how you will try yourself as much as possible to improve yourself. But I advise is I stopped fighting all the wandering because sometimes something happen when you are not only lost in a parking lot, but in your life as well. So what I'm going to do is I slow down. I notice, I try to recall back on my purpose, and then I had try as best as possible my best idea while looking for the solutions. I think the best way, right, is stop wondering. So it's not about just found the car. The car is just metal and tires. But being found is a sudden moment of clarity when you are stop panicking. I used to be very panicked when something is not going according to my plan. But when you realize that even you are panicking, you are still moving when you are trying to look for the solution. So don't afraid when you actually lost. A lot of people, they are lost, they are so afraid, they are nervous, they are panic attack. Don't ashamed to be extra lap. You are going to lost for a while. Lost your car, lost your key, lost the way when you are not don't have the GPS. No worry. Or maybe you are lost in paperwork, lost in work. That's okay. Perhaps you can just keep on find the solution. Try your best at wholeheartedly to find the solution. Unless I'm no longer in this world, otherwise there is always a chance for you to look for the solution. If you're not able to look it, ask your friend to look it together with you. Like I asked my family to look at the car together with me. I asked the security to look together with me. So keep looking around. The resources is around you because the joy of being found is only possible when you have the courage to lose first. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful. Wonderful stories, looking for solutions always. This is how we train ourselves to be resilient. Wonderful. Thank you for the great stories sharing with everyone. Wonderful. So the next speaker is Carolyn Calpin, who happens to be the better half of our club president. Yeah. Well, she is actually the president of TGIF Christian Toastmasters in District 67. She's passionate about all sorts of careers. She's currently pursuing a master's degree in biodiversity at the National Taiwan University in Taiwan. Her speech title is the Jiannan Butterfly Garden, and she's working on her presentation mastery. Let's welcome Carolyn Calvin. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harry. Good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. When did you last spend time in nature? Research has shown that spending time in nature can have multiple health benefits, such as lower blood pressure and restored mental focus, which is key to our theme tonight of building resilience, physical resilience. Today, I'd like to introduce one of my favorite places to enjoy nature, the Jiannan Butterfly Trail, also the Butterfly Garden. It is easily accessible as a nature area in Taipei City, Taiwan. It only takes a few minutes to walk from Jiannan MRT station on the Brown Line to the head of the trail, which you can see in this slide here. While it is called a trail, it is actually a hillside. It is not just a single path. It is a portion of the mountain that has been redesigned into a habitat suitable for a large number of butterfly species. Visitors can walk along elevated staircases through the trees as they go up the hill. Rather than a paved trail, typical of many hiking paths in Taiwan, the wooden staircases rise above the forest floor, allowing wildlife to pass under and over and through, and allowing people to move along in a convenient way. As visitors climb the stairs, they can stop to appreciate the wide variety of plants and insects around them. Different areas of the trail also have different purposes. For example, there's a fenced-off meadow area filled with flowering plants that bloom almost all year long, and they provide a valuable source of food for adult butterflies. There is also an open grove with spaced planted trees that are all different species, and these provide a selection of food for caterpillars. Each plant has been specially selected based on its ability to support the different life stages of certain native butterfly species, because many butterflies are extremely picky about what they eat and where they lay their eggs. And they might need nectar as an adult from one flower, but need the leaves of another plant as a caterpillar. So there's a wide variety of plants to support the entire life cycle of the butterflies. Recently, and if you want to learn about each of these plant species, there are actually QR codes next to the plants or on the trees, and you can scan them to find out more information about the plants along the trail and in that garden area. Now, recently, part of the hillside was replanted with new plants that are specifically native to northern Taiwan, even though this species of plant exists in southern Taiwan. It's different. It's not the same. And so these are the northern variety. So they will attract the northern butterfly species. And while the plants are still young now, they will be mature in time for the butterfly life cycle stages that rely on them during that season. The Jiannan Butterfly Trail is an excellent example of well-designed urban green space, which is meant to give people a place to retreat from the city and be part of nature, interact with the environment. As visitors go up the stairs, you can get physical exercise. It's a little bit of a workout. And although it is close to the city, visitors can gain a sense of distance and isolation, which helps reduce stress levels. Plants on the trail provide ecological services such as air purification, as well as sustaining the local ecosystem. And it is also an excellent place for groups to visit and build social bonds. I recommend it as an excellent place for Toastmasters outings. And there are guided tours. Every first Sunday of the month, visitors provide free guided tours of the area. And actually, I think the volunteers are the people who benefit the most from this trail. To become a volunteer, one must participate in weekly training, 3 hours every Tuesday morning for nearly a year. And you learn everything from butterfly species identification to leading tours of the trail to physical labor to trail maintenance. And you become invested in preserving and improving the area. As the volunteers learn with their cohort, they build a sense of community. They also take what they learn and share it with other people, helping others to appreciate insects. Because as we know, not everyone enjoys insects. Despite the fact that butterflies are considered charismatic, not all of its life stages receive the same appreciation. Many people dislike the larval stage and kill caterpillars due to their pest status. The Jinlun Butterfly Trail is designed to educate visitors on the ecology of butterflies, which can help people develop positive feelings toward caterpillars and encourage the conservation of insects. The Jinlun Butterfly Trail is an urban green space that allows visitors to see all the life stages of multiple butterfly species, including ones that are quite difficult to find in their usual habitat, such as the golden birdwing. If you have never seen a birdwing before, you must go to the Jinlun Butterfly Trail. Visitors can gain a deeper understanding of the relationships between plants and insects by visiting the area and attending guided tour activities. So if you are in Taipei and interested in butterflies, enjoy the butterflies and the view. Thank you.
Wow, what a wonderful speech, Carolyn. Beautiful. I really like the way you talk. You are such a professional speaker. Really wonderful. Well, well, if you're in Taipei, I'm sure I will visit it someday. That is wonderful. So the next section is a very challenging section, which is the table topics section. And today, our club president, Joseph Kaplan, is going to host this session. He is already a great speaker because he won quite a few times on the national stage. He's right now serving as a Division D director in District 67 and works as a translator at a Japanese game company with an office in Taipei. Now he is in Japan. So let's welcome Joseph. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harry. And I've learned that in District 67, we usually just call names, but outside District 76, it's always Toastmaster name, and I'm going to work on my habits, friend. I will get better. Today, I am your table topics master. I am greatly proud to have this opportunity and a wonderful topic, resilience. I like this topic because the answers they're going to teach us things. We're all going to learn a little bit about how we have grit in difficult situations. Today, I will be starting from our members and then going into our guests. And so I kindly ask, if you are able to speak at all, you can turn on your mic. Please turn on your camera. Your camera being on tells me that you are ready to share. So Chloe and our guest from District 51, Bacchus, feel free to turn on your camera and I will be calling on you and giving you that opportunity. And given our numbers today, that means that role takers will also have the opportunity to speak as well. And in fact, I will probably start for some role takers. And then as a reminder to our timer, when I am down to only 2 questions left, please let me know in the chat so I know where I'm at with things. You can just follow the agenda. Wonderful. With that, let's begin. I will read the question twice just in case you have any sort of internet connection issues. Question number 1. Share a time that helped build resilience in you. Share a time that helped to build resilience in you. Tonight, I will be starting with our counter, Patsy Wu. Patsy.
The power of resilience is never easy. It's like you testify your strengths. Have you ever done that? Moving forward, sometimes you just can't move. You can't even see the lights, and you start to struggle. And when you feel like stuck, and suddenly, sometimes you just want to give up. Have you ever been there before? Perhaps you have, right? But what happened if you haven't? You just keep doing, keep going, keep moving. Still have that hope, just like one day you will become a butterfly. Yes, that's right. Ireland just gave me this insight. Fellow members, I have been in the contest 4 times already, speech contest, but never gone up to a division level above that. My dream is go beyond the division level. It's a hard journey. Every year, it's only one time. And sometimes you just diminished from the club level. You never have the chance to grow up. But this year, so lucky. I actually failed 2 clubs contests, but I used another online club. I finally got it in first place in the area. Oh, congratulations. However, my dream shattered. I had no place in the contest, in the division, no name, no place. It's still well keep forward, keep moving until I will show you what the strength means for the power of resilience. Next year, I will come. Toastmaster, session master.
Wonderful, Patsy. I look forward to seeing you on the district stage. Beautifully spoken, really inspirational, especially during the contest season. Moving forward, I will be calling on a guest for this question. So if you are a guest tonight, brace yourself. The question is coming for you. Question number 2. Author and speaker Angela Duckworth once said, "Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare." Do you agree? Author and speaker Angela Duckworth once said, "Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare." Do you agree? And I'll be asking from District 51, Bagus.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello,
thank you.
sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Caroline. Okay. If you're asking me about the endurance, right? Actually, I totally agree with the statement because it's like this. Sometimes it's very hard to wake up every morning doing the same thing, go to the office, and then go for lunch, and then go back to the office every day in all of your life. But that is actually the meaning of us being a human. Means we are uh the part of something that is work together, and then because of that is kind of give us the meaning. On that meaning actually is give us the strength to always get up in the morning and doing the same things again and again. So, and one of the experience that I have when we are having a difficulty in life maybe is always looking at your goal, why you are doing this. We as a human working is something that is important for us because this is bring us the money to our family, right? And then it's giving us the meaning of life, so life is more meaningful. Because of that, I totally agree with the things and enjoy every day. Back to you,
Thank
Toastmaster
you so
Caroline.
much to our guest speaker. Let's get a nice round of applause, reactions, all of that. Thank you so much for sharing today. Wonderful. Beautiful. We're now going to move to our third question of the evening or of the morning. Where do you find inspiration to stay strong? Where do you find inspiration to stay strong? And for this, I'd like to turn to another guest from District 67, Legacy Mason.
Thank you, Joseph. Actually, it's very easy for me to say, where do I find inspiration to stay strong? It is actually from my wife. Very recently, my wife was diagnosed with a very serious illness. And this illness was actually caused by the COVID-19 vaccine. So naturally, like I felt very angry at this situation. She felt very angry at this situation. But we worked hard with our doctors and we explored, how to mitigate this situation. We continue taking medication every day. So she has a reminder on her phone every day at 10 p.m. to remind her to take her medication. And just seeing her being so resilient in the face of such adversity, it gives me the inspiration to do the same. Even though my physical health is not in any kind of problem right now, but I had a lot of struggles with anxiety and mental health issues. And that also allowed me to face some struggles. But seeing how my wife is, kind of fearless facing her physical health issues, it gives me the courage to do the same with my own issues. And I make sure to, spend time in nature, go for hikes, have some sunshine, and just a lot of things for myself to make sure my mental health is in a good stage. And of course, at the same time, it also allows me an opportunity to connect with my wife, where we can both do this together. We can also improve our physical health. So I think my wife's resilience is a big inspiration on myself. And it's also part of the reason I'm actually in Toastmasters, because she was in a Toastmasters club also, and I was coming back to Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our guest, Mason. A good round of applause. It's true, there's something so powerful about, I would say, community and relationships and how we stay stronger together as we encounter difficult times. There's a lot to be said of when someone is weak and struggling, that you want to stay with them in that struggle and be strong together. Very beautifully said, Mason. And so glad to have two guest speakers share with us for the table topic session so far. Wonderful. Absolutely. I see that we've lost our guest, Chloe, so I suppose the table topic, maybe she ran. It's okay. But that's fine. I will now call on some other role takers. You're safe, don't worry.
Yeah, I need to
lean over. Sorry, this is a bit of a first for me from a hotel. For our next question, when is it okay to call it quits? When is it okay to call it quits? And for this, if it's possible, I'd like to call on our timer, and maybe Patsy, if you have the slides for the Zoom background, the timer background, and
I can do it, don't worry.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I can
Great.
help.
Thank you so much, Patsy. Martin, Toastmaster Martin, I look forward to hearing your answer.
I think that every time we must do a quiz. Why? Because if we take our life so seriously, maybe we are going to be bored or so square. Then, if you do like a quiz or something different, every time you are going to be challenging and doing different things. I think, and that was one of my main problems with one girlfriend. Then she told me, "Oh, Martin, don't treat me as your agenda, because I like to," maybe that's why I also like to be a timer. I hate to be timer, but I like to take count of that time. And she said, because she live in other city, and she said, "Oh, you must not think what we are going to do. You must be spontaneous." Then if we try to do something like something different every time without maybe being so meticulously prepared, we are going to live better. And as if you heard, it was that also that alarm that they are going to be two remaining speakers in table topics. I always like to, if they say, "Please tell me when they are going to be two spaces left for the speakers," then I take notice of that, and this is the proof of that. Then maybe we must be a little more spontaneous, enjoy everything. Fortunately, in Toastmasters is enjoy and have fun. It was one of the mottos that we use in Canada, and let's do the same. Just enjoy, try to speak, to practice, and help others. Back to you.
Thank you so much, and wonderful coordination between our two helpers today. I really appreciate that flexibility. We have just a little bit of time left, and so I'd like to move on to a quick question here. Mason started to give an answer that would have been really good for this question too. But have you had a friend or family member who has taught you something about resilience? Have you had a friend or family member who has taught you something about resilience? And for this question, I would like to turn to our individual evaluator number 2, Alex Huang.
Can you repeat the question?
Of course I can. You're charter president. You can get whatever you want, sir. Have you had a friend or family member who has taught you something about resilience? Have you had a friend or family member who has taught you something about resilience?
I think I want to mention there's one district leader who just showed his resilience in a district service. That is Spencer Ye, our crack work director. We are very honored that in District 7 this year, our payment, it just achieved the top 10 world ranking. And I think that the reason is that Spencer is very, very devoted and capable for all the duties, including the communication to all the club, the inspiring to all the district leaders, area directors, division directors. And he's the one who served all the way. So sometimes I call him that he's really the 里长, in our districts. He served everywhere. But so now he just earned a very high recognition among all the members. And I really respect him because without him, we cannot just have a chance to achieve such a high ranking in the world. And he also showed his enthusiasm to Toastmasters, and he always showed the high quality service. He always really, I would say, very patient about everything. So I think that he's the one he's a one of role model for us to learn how to show the resilience about the service, because in Toastmasters sometimes it's very hard to just keep the quality of service to all the members. So I think that he had lots of great inspiration about Toastmasters, and he's the one to serve all the way, and including for Jay and I, we just really respect him. Although we just treat treat with each other like brothers, but he's the one who really did a good job. And I hope our district can achieve the distinguished district list and maybe further distinguished, and just show my respect to our crack work director. And he's the one just very good service quality. And that's my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alex, Charter President, District Director, and Chief Motivator. I'm going to try to slip in one more final question, if I can be allowed. And this, to me, is a very good question for a general evaluator. It's an overview sort of question, because the question goes like this. Which table topics response really made you go, Which table topics response really made you go, This can only go to one person, Toastmaster Simone.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Minister. It's a very beautiful thing when people have the opportunity to be vulnerable with their resilience. And I enjoyed all of our presenters. But the one for me that stood out the most was Toastmaster Mason. And he shared, the power of watching his wife be transformed by something. She had her reminders. She was confident. She was courageous. And it just motivated him in such a powerful way that it reminded me of my own situation. I have a son who was in the hospital for almost 2 months. And it was a very challenging time for our family. And we had to be at the hospital every single day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And just listening to his story reminded me of my own power that I had to unlock, my own resilience that I had to tap into as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as a leader. I had to be strong and confident and recognize that even with these challenges, there are some beautiful things that will be unlocked. And so as I listened to Toastmaster Mason today, I felt very, very inspired. And I just want to say thank you for that beautiful story and for your courage and for sharing with us the power of being resilient. Thank you, Toastmaster Mason.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simone. Beautiful sharing. I think also Mason really hit something in me as well. All responders, beautiful stories, wonderful sharing. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of resilience. I'd like to now pass it back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Harry Vaughn.
Thank you so much, Joseph. I really loved the question. It can go very, very deep when people are sharing their personal stories and challenges. And we train ourselves to be resilient no matter what happens. Sometimes life does not go as planned. And all we can do is try one more time. Really appreciate many of the answers. Really wonderful. The next section is the general evaluation section. And tonight, our general evaluator is our distinguished Toastmaster Simone Granham. She has been an outstanding member of Division B in District 81 for over a decade. She was the first division director for Division K and a member of the 40-year-old Trailblazer Toastmasters Club, which is the oldest club in Jamaica. So let's welcome Simone Granham.
Thank you so much to the amazing Toastmaster of the evening. You're doing such a wonderful job. Thank you, Toastmaster Harry. At this time, I am going to call on I recognize that our timer has been working so hard and he has placed the timing for our two speakers in the chat. And so I'll call on the first individual evaluator to share feedback for our first speaker. And so I say welcome to evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Brian Lynn.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, ladies and gentlemen, and our speaker, Helen. The icebreaker is the best opportunity for any member to make the first impression, especially for new members. And in this case, we are an advanced club, and Helen is not exactly a new member, but we still get to see her first speech, at least for me, to see her delivering a speech for the first time and form my first impression about her. And what was my first impression of Helen? Number one, I thought she is a fantastic storyteller. Her story is very interesting, take a lot of twists and turns, take us on a wild ride, and that was both exciting and nerve-wracking. Number two, we learned that she lives a very passionate life of discovery. And it seems that every other day she tried to discover where her car is. Of course, there are other things that she has discovered. Not just her lost cars, she has discovered her life meaning, she has discovered her personality, and she has discovered a lot of things about how she could live her life more effectively. And I appreciate all of those things that she has done to tell a story about it. In her delivery, Helen was very easy to listen to, and her delivery is casual and engaging, which I thought that's her wonderful assets for the icebreaker as well as for her general personality. And I love this speech. If I can give her some suggestion, number one is that to create a little bit of a contrast between a casual storytelling and the second part of actually tell us the moral of the story. Because when she mentioned what she has learned from losing her cars and in the parking lot, I thought she could slow down a little bit and actually have a little more organized punchlines about things. Because from there, we know that She need to recall her purposes. She need to look for the best solution. She need to actually ask for help. All of those things are great things for her to do in order to find her car and find her purpose. At the same time, those seem to be pretty casual, and you just have to really listen hard to pick up her point. So my recommendation to her, if she is going to do this type of speech again with a moral of a story or lessons learned, she could slow down a little bit and try to punch it more precisely so the audience can learn the information better. Number 2 suggestion is get a GPS tracker for your car. You can just look it up on your phone. It could be an FOA tag or any kind of tracking device. So this way you don't have to lose your car. You can lose something else and learn life lessons. But overall, I love that fantastic story that Helen has told, and I wish to hear you more in the future. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brian. And now I invite our second individual evaluator to share feedback on our second speaker, that lovely presentation from Toastmaster Carolyn. Welcome, Toastmaster Alex. Please share with us.
Thank you, General Evaluator. It's my truly honor and great privilege to be one of the most professional speaker in District 67, Carolyn Calvin's Evaluator. No doubt, I would say she's a world-class speaker, from her delivery style, from the pace, from everything, just awesome, amazing. Today, the speech project is about the software technique, which means that the speaker will use some techniques such as a slide, such as visual aids, some technical material to support their speech, and also those software technique should enhance the delivery and also the value about the speech. So firstly, no doubt, when we were listening to Carol's speech, just like listening to a world-class speech, from the opening but then conclusion, is really smooth, very natural, and really easy to understand. And second is that it's a really good topic for me, because you know what, Jiannan Hiking Trail was a very important place for me because I was dating with my wife at the moment in Jiannan Hiking Trail, and it is in my neighborhood, so I almost go there every week. So I really familiar with this place. Good topic for me. And the third is that, no doubt, everything is perfect, perfect pronunciation, professional delivery style. Just have some suggestion for Carol to improve. Trust me, I won't evaluate your pronunciation because you are a native speaker. First one is the slides. Because in your paragraph, you mentioned some butterfly, you mentioned some, some spots. You can have more photos. And for some model, you can have some close-up for butterfly, some flowers. So we can have more visual impact, about your PowerPoint. Second is that I noticed sometimes you kind of watch the script. I know you're in Hokkaido, it's really busy. And if you can try more engagement for the older members, like you can have more interaction, we can have more eye contact, I think that'll be even better. And the third is a CTA. Because I'm truly familiar with the trail, it's really a very famous trail for Taipei citizen. And if you can have a CTA like such as if you want to visit Taiwan, you must visit the trail because A, B, or C. I think that when more foreigner wants to visit Taiwan in the future. So all in all, professional speaker and wonderful delivery and my role model. I think that all the thing is really amazing. Just have some, just different photos, some close-up photos, and also we can have some CTA and also more engagement. I think your next speech will be even better. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Well done, Toastmaster Alex. Thank you so much. I will now share my feedback on my thoughts of this wonderful meeting. I actually love that we started promptly at 9 p.m. And I felt like our president got a very lovely introduction. He was introduced with so much grace and aplomb. Well done, Toastmaster Patsy Wu. I also felt like our guests were warmly welcomed. The ambiance was friendly and energetic, and everything was just smooth and well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate this virtual background because it kept the theme visible throughout the meeting. And for a guest who was joining who had not probably seen the agendas yet, they could tell exactly what it is that our club meeting was about today. And so I really like this background. And the introductions of the speakers, I felt that that was beautifully done. Thank you so much to our Toastmaster of the day. He has been doing an amazing job. We were reminded of the power of seeking a solution by our first presenter. And I felt like that's so important because sometimes we get a little distracted and we don't recognize that the journey is enriched when we are looking for an amazing solution. And so thank you for that information from our first speaker. I apologize for the kerfuffle. We also learned about the joys of the giant and butterfly trails. I felt that that was such a beautifully delivered speech. And you just heard from our evaluator there, Toastmaster Alex, who gave his wonderful, insightful feedback. I enjoyed the table topic session. I felt like that segment was rich and that the responses were so inspiring. I felt like the questions were relatable. They were well themed. They were relatable to the theme and easy to be understood. And I also felt like the 6 speakers delivered with resplendence. I enjoyed each of those responses. And I want to say thank you, to our brave table topics speakers and to our amazing table topics master for designing those beautiful questions. This is an advanced club, and I really enjoyed listening to our individual evaluators. I felt that the feedback was inspiring, insightful, and it also demonstrated that our individual evaluators were listening. They had exceptional listening skills. They both offered excellent recommendations, and I loved that they ended in such a positive, supportive way. I want to really ask you all to just put your hands together for each of you who made this a beautiful experience here at the Global Family Toastmasters Club today and tonight, because in Global Family, we have different people in different time zones, and to have coordinated such a beautiful meeting in such a masterful way, I think we did an amazing job. The only recommendation that I would have for today's meeting is for all of us to just maintain our resilience, because we're amazing leaders, we're amazing communicators, and there's so much more for us to unlock. And so I just want to encourage us to continue to be resilient persons. And now yield to our amazing Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Harry Fong.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evaluation. Beautiful. I've learned so much from you. Wow. Now I think it's time for us to listen to a report from our timer. Martin, timer, please. Oh,
Well, my time was written in the chat, and only Simone, she spoke 3 minutes, 23 seconds. That's the only one. The only one that I need to write. Thank you.
Thank you. How about Patsy, the archivist?
Yes, I'd like to congratulate 3 speakers. Actually, has no ads, nothing. Caroline, Simone, and Brian. Wow, congratulations. Great. And the others, Bucket, you have 2 repeated words. For Alex, our Didi, you have so many and also 2 souls. And well, it's all from Alex. Alex have so many repeated words. Otherwise, well, that's it. My accounting report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So tonight, this evening or whatever week, I think it's great that we are all reminded every challenge we face is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. And sometimes we hear lots of stories, personal stories, And one thing I know is that when the going gets tough, how will you respond? Because in this moment, you're building your resilience. And resilience is not about perfect. It's about continuing, even when things are not perfect. So I think we share lots with this wonderful theme in this evening. So with that, may I return the control back to our president, Joseph?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Fantastic meeting. It really is incredible what we can squeeze in just 1 hour of Toastmastering. Before I forget, I'd like to ask for Patsy Wu. She is our technical Zoom master to help us take a photo together. Stefano, you're probably on a train somewhere, but if you are able to turn on your camera and wave, that'd be great. And let me just get Toastmaster Carolyn. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Stefano, will you be able to switch on your camera? Are you in the choo-choo train still? Okay. Better not to wait for him. Okay, it's 3, 2, remember to smile. 1. That is awesome. Okay, back to our club president.
Thank you. Wonderful. And I would love to take this opportunity to do 2 things. I want to just make a couple of announcements, and then we will be hearing from our guests. So recently, the officer team, we had a meeting, and we are currently working out our candidates for the next term. And so we'll be announcing an election soon. I haven't had too many nominations for president, but if you feel inside of your soul that you want to lead global family into the future and you want to be nominated, you can contact me. We are always looking for new leaders. I will give you a little hint. Kyoko Minamoto, she has stepped forward and has accepted a nomination for our next presidency. So we will be having still a proper election, even if we only have 1 candidate, for all members to be able to vote, to have your say. We'll be announcing the date soon. Second, in June, we are having a magical month. We are going to be having the first meeting. We'll have a special speaker that Patsy has contacted. This is the name, I'm sorry if you can remind me, Patsy, for our first meeting in June.
Yeah, first meeting is June 7. We have invited the world well-known public speaker, Fercy Katuako. I believe most of you know his name. Also, he has a new book just been published.
Wonderful. So that will be our first meeting in June. That is June 7th. This will be something truly fantastic. And so I hope everybody will mark your calendar. And when you mark your calendar, also go tell a friend and tell their friend to tell another friend. I think it'll be a wonderful meeting. The second big thing that we have in June is we will be doing, I'm so sorry, I have lots of little line messages coming up. My apologies. In June, the second meeting, we are going to be having a Champions Night. And what we'll be doing is our member clubs. So we'll have District 67, District 76, any club that in any district that we have a member, we will be inviting their district champion to come online to share a little bit and to give their speech. This is a wonderful opportunity to get a taste of the champion from each different district that's represented in our club. Simone, if you want to try to reach out to your Jamaican champion, whoever that happens to be when the name comes out, happy to welcome them as well. This is something that I've never seen before in our district, so I look forward to being able to do some networking with some of our champions. That's it for Global Family. I'd like to ask our charter president, Alex, do you have any announcements you'd like to make?
Oh, I have an announcement about the Global Series new clubs. Okay, and on next Tuesday, because for our District 67, we need to charter more new clubs. So we're going to charter a Global Champion Toastmaster Club. And it's a club focused on contest training. And on next Tuesday evening, we'll have some finalists and also the top 3 from different districts. So if you're interested in contest training, you can contact me, and let's make our Global Family Club grow and more. Thank you.
Thank you. We've been very blessed in District 67 to have what we're starting to call the Global Series. And so it started with Global Family with our members. And then we birthed our second club, Global Voice. It's like the baby version of Global Family. And some members that are here tonight have helped support that charter, including Toastmaster Brian Lynn and Toastmaster Simone Graham. Both of them have come out strong force, wowed a bunch of new people, and they said, sign me up. If I can be like these two people, sign me up today. And we're looking forward to continuing to build the global series, that global family series. So those are our three main announcements. I'd now like to open up the floor just for a moment to our guests, and I'd like to start with Mason. Feel free to share what you thought of our meeting, if anything that you took away that you thought was interesting, or maybe even something that could be improved.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. First of all, I'm really happy to be here. I'm usually quite depressed, Sunday evenings because, the Monday blues and then work week starts. But it was definitely a good way to end the weekend. Spending my time with such amazing Toastmasters. And I think like you already mentioned it, like this meeting is, even though it's only an hour long, we packed so much into this. And I was just so amazed that like every single prepared speaker, evaluator, even the table topic speakers, and it was just like it was such a powerful, impactful speech, right? Even if it's a really short speech, I think it was all very good. So I think this is a really good use of my time. I'm happy to be here and always happy to hear everyone speak.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mason. And just to put this out there, Global Family is a family that likes to grow. And so if you find yourself thinking, this is a valuable use of my time, you might consider being a member. We would be very lucky to have you, and I think you'd be able to find a lot of room for growth here. Our second guest from the evening from District 51, Bagus. Toastmaster Bagus, please feel free to share.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President, Toastmaster Joseph. Finally, I addressed you correctly. So
I'm working on it too. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. So I'm agree with Mason. It's a very enjoyable meeting. I feel like the energy is very high. I try to catch up about the energy, and yeah, you guys is really awesome. So yeah, again, it's very good meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Joseph.
Thank you so much. And I am delighted to see another Toastmaster from District 51. Helen, you brought out two people tonight. Thank you so much. It's really beautiful to see we have a lot of members from District 67 and 76, the mirror image in Japan. And so it's really a special treat to see members, Toastmasters, coming out from other districts. And we want to be able to keep in touch. So I'd love if Mason and Bagus, if you'd like to give me your email, I'd like to get you onto our email list so that we can keep you up to date with what we're doing. And if that membership it starts to come up and you think, I need to scratch it and join, we'd love to have you as well. Now we have one other guest. I'm going to switch seats with Toastmaster Carolyn. I'm working on it, calling you the two.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joseph. So this was my first time, I think, having a speaking role at Global Family, although I'm often in the background while Joe is attending these meetings.
Toastmaster Joseph.
Toastmaster Joseph. Well, Toastmaster Joseph is attending these meetings. I'm often in the background. And so I hear a lot of the speeches, I hear the stories and the feedback. And so I kind of feel like I'm already aware of some of the members, even if maybe I have not been on the screen and you have not seen me. I have been hearing your stories. And so tonight I was very honored that I had the opportunity to share a story of my own. And I hope that you will get out in nature and build your physical and mental resilience.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Carolyn. We're working on. I can't tell you, Carolyn, when she became president of my home club in Taiwan, the very first time I was a speaker and I had to do like the handshake going on stage, we sort of looked at each other like, this is very different. But a wonderful experience. It is now 11 o'clock, and so I'd like to just open the floor. Feel free to relax. If you have anything that you want to share from your district, feel free to let us know. But otherwise, I'd like to call the meeting adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody.